here is Goofy, and you guys are going to learn to draw him right now. All right, here's Goofy, y'all. All right, directed drawing with Mrs. Edward. All right, guys, the first thing you want to do is we're going to make some guidelines. Now, make sure that, you know, you do these guidelines really, really lightly. So I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. You guys can see my guidelines. So I'm gonna just make a line, cut this paper in half with a very, very, very lightly drawn line. Please do not push hard. I know it's really hard to see, but look, there indeed is a line going down my paper, trying to divide it into twos. And now we're going to go ahead and draw a horizontal line. So I drew a vertical line, and now I will draw my horizontal line. Okay, very, very lightly I drew my horizontal and my vertical line. So now what we're going to do is we are going to draw a circle in the middle. Okay? And actually, I'm going to try to draw my circle a little higher up. So most of my circle is going to be on this side. Very lightly. I'm just lightly doing this, guys. So you can see what I'm doing here. So if I mess up, you guys, I can just erase it very easily. Might you turn your paper if you need to. There you go. There we go. Now the first thing I like to do is I like doing the eyes first. So for that we're going to need the line, the curved line that the eyes sit on. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a curved line at this access line. So see, the line is going vertically, horizontally. I'm going to draw a curved line. Not super curved. This might be too much of a curve, so I'm just going to erase that. Not super curved. It's like a little bent line. Slightly bent. Alright. Right there. Oops, it's too long. I erase a lot, so if you guys erase a lot, it's A-okay. I totally erase a lot. Okay. Now you have this line that divides the paper. So what we're gonna do is we are going to just go ahead and make the little tiny pupils. They're about this big. It's just like an oval here and an oval here. And I want you to notice how close to the guideline these ovals are. So these ovals are very close to the guideline, almost touching the guideline. Okay. And you could just fill them in. That's fine. You could fill them in. That's not bad. Now once you have your ovals in, we are going to move on to the outside, the big eye sockets. They're pretty big. So we are going to start a little ways over from this curved line. About, you're going to give some room here. You're going to give some room here. So about here maybe. And we are going to just make an oval up. Going to give it a close-up so you guys can see closer. Stop moving. Okay, up and down right here. So the oval stops up here, okay? So I'll just go ahead and darken it a little bit. And then you're gonna do the same thing to the other side. You kind of want to see how big this is. Oh, it's about the size of these two yellow things. So I guess it would be over here. I mean, if you want to measure, you can. You could just eyeball it too. Haha, get it? Eyeball it. And then you're going to go from the middle here and you're gonna go up. And I just lightly sketch and make little lines, kind of figure things out. Meet right there. And then just like erase any little uh-ohs or any imperfections you may have. You guys, all of our goofies are gonna be different, so don't worry. So now we have Goofy's eyes. Okay guys, so next we're gonna do his little, like, I'm gonna call them dimples. So let's go ahead and do his dimples. His dimples start at this corner here. See this corner? Right there? So his dimples start at this little crease here. And you're gonna go up and around a semicircle. So a semicircle there, and a semicircle here. Once you have that done, we're going to continue our work. We are going to make the black part of his brow. So from this middle point, I'm going to come up just a little, make a little dot right here. I'm just going to come up just a little bit, maybe even the size of my eraser. See, I just like put my eraser, like the metal part of my eraser, and I just went up a little bit. It's not too much. And then you're gonna make his first eyebrow. And all of ours are gonna be different, guys, so don't worry. So you're gonna go ahead and make his eyebrow. And it's gonna come to about halfway on the eye. So it starts far away from the eye, and as it goes down, it gets closer to the eye, but it doesn't touch it. Okay, don't draw this line. I'm just saying, it gets really close here. So it starts up real high, and then as it's going to the side, it gets really close to his eye, but it doesn't touch his eye. And you're gonna do the same to the other side. Curved line, and as it comes down, it gets closer to the eye, and hopefully it's about the same as the other one that you made there. This one can come down a little further. Okay, awesome. Just bring this down a little more, maybe a little more. Guys, then you're gonna make the shape of his head. So basically it's just a curved line from the middle here, the middle of his eyebrow, like the side of his eyebrow here. It's like just a curved line from here to here. That's it. And then the same on the other side. Just a curved line. Okay. This could be two Disney characters. It could be either Goofy or Pluto, huh? But we're definitely just doing Goofy today. Alright guys, then we are going to continue by making like his, I don't know what that's called, his snout. So that one's pretty wide, so I'm going to start from And just zoom out a little bit. So I'm gonna start from this semicircle, and we're gonna make a big curved line out, and it's gonna stop somewhere around here. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and make his nose first. I think that's gonna really help us guide the snout. So go ahead and make a curved line. Go ahead and make a curved line up here first. I know I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. Go ahead and make a curved line up here first. And then that's going to be your nose. So go ahead and make an oval. That's horizontal oval. Yay! We made a horizontal oval. Okay, and that'll be his nose. If you want, you can color it in. I will just erase any little imperfections that I don't like, clean it up a little bit. I'll just fix it later when I do my final look. Now I can do his snout with a little more confidence. Remember, you still have this guideline here. You still have that guide there, and that's going to make your character symmetrical, equal on both sides, or close to equal on both sides. So really, it is symmetrical. Okay, this is teaching us symmetry, to be symmetrical. So I want my snout to kind of end a little bit below his nose, about here. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a line there because that's where I want it to end. So go ahead and make a little marking right there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and start at the semicircle, and you're going to make his snout, and it's going to be a big curved line. It sort of curves in and up. And you will be doing the same to the other side. Now, if you want to do another guideline, because this is where my snout was, if you want to add another guideline, you can, so you know where you want your snout to be symmetrical. You can add another guideline, but you can add a couple more guidelines actually. All right. All right. Try to make it as symmetrical as you can. I know it's a little difficult. But again, remember, we are just practicing our drawing techniques. So this end of the year, you guys will be really working on your drawing skills with me. And that's awesome. So the more you do something, the better you're going to get at it. Promise you. Pretty symmetrical to me. We are now going to do his mouth. So his mouth is going to be an upside down arch, or a U. So I'm going to use this this vertical guideline so that my mouth can be symmetrical as possible. Oops, sorry. Made a U. Now you're going to make another U inside the big U. And then you're going to go ahead and create a smaller U. I did leave a little room for his lip down here. I'll just erase anything I don't like. After that, you are going to be adding the tongue, which is really just 2 curved lines. So basically you're just going to go 1, and then you're going to come up here above this line here, and you're going to do 2. 1, 2. And actually you can shade in the inside of the mouth. I know you guys are doing an awesome job. Awesome! This looks like Pluto. You gotta add the details. The details. Okay. Next, you are gonna make the teeth because Goofy has these big teeth. So we're gonna go ahead and add his teeth. Now his teeth are rounded, so let's start by his mouth here. All right, we're gonna come down and we're gonna make sort of like a rounded rectangle. See that? It's got rounded corners and it's like a rectangle shape. And you're gonna do the same to the other side. You start at the corner and you come down and round it out. Try to make it as symmetrical as you can. And again, if you want to make a little guideline so the teeth can be the same sort of length, like I could see that this one's a little shorter than that one, I'll just shorten this one. You gotta keep playing with it until you get it right. Like I always say that art is like experimenting. You just gotta play with it and just keep at it and keep trying and failing until you get it right, until you get it how you want it. Because you are the artist. I've had to learn that along the way. You're gonna fail. Things are not gonna look like how you thought they would look, and you have to go back and you just got to keep trying until you get it right. That's all. Keep practicing. And the more you do it, the better you will become. Okay. Now it's time to add his ears. So let's go ahead and add his ears. His ears come from, and I'm just gonna do the top part of his, from his head here. I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit here. All right, from up here, you're gonna make a line that's gonna go down over his snout, down past his mouth. Oops. It's like a curved line past his mouth. Going to curve at the bottom and it's going to come back up. And it starts right up here in this little curved line, okay? So you got 2 lines coming from there. You got this line, and they go down past this snout, which you will erase later, and down past his mouth. And if you want, you can also do a guideline down here to help you get his other ear the same length. So I just kind of made a little guideline here just to know that, hey, that's where my ear should stop. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side now. Okay. I know that's where my ear is supposed to stop. just keep adding these little lines. They're very jagged and kind of light because I definitely just am experimenting. All this is going to be erased anyway, and I'm just going to shape it how I want. I got 2 symmetrical ears. Now in the snout, you got all these sort of guidelines now. Now is the time to go ahead and erase those guidelines. Sorry if the camera's shaking. I'm like erasing my table. My table is swaying. I don't want to get you dizzy. Don't watch. So there's that vertical guideline and the horizontal guideline. So you could get rid of all that now. Clean his snout real good. Nice clean snout. And you are going to go ahead and add the details. So he's got like 3 freckles on this side, and he's got 3 freckles on this side. Sort of makes like a triangle, doesn't it? And he's got like these little hairs. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. If you want to do 2, or you could do 3. It's up to you. He's got these little hairs. I know. You can darken, when you know you're done with that part of it, you can darken up those lines. Just be careful because it could smudge your painting. I mean your painting. It could smudge your drawing, so you want to be very careful with all the pencil marks. And now one last thing. We have to make Goofy's iconic hat. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up to the top of his head. And you're going to make 2 lines, sort of diagonal line from the middle of his brow. So you see his eyebrow here. You're going to come to the middle of his eyebrow. If you want, you can even make a little mark. And you're going to come to the other side, to the middle of his eyebrow here somewhere, and make a little mark. And that's where you want your hat to start. The middle of his eyebrow, and the middle of his other eyebrow. And you're going to make 2 diagonal lines. The first one is not too long. The second one is a little shorter. So the first diagonal line is a little long, and again, it's the size of the metal of my eraser. And this one's a little shorter. You're going to make a curved line around there and curved around this way. So you're going to curve around. So let me try that again. I want you to really get this. You're going to make a curve, like the letter C. You're going to make a diagonal line. And then you're going to make another curved line. Okay? I know you're doing a good job. Now you're going to make another diagonal line, another 2 diagonal lines. So you're going to come over a little bit and you're just going to make it and a smaller diagonal line here. And then last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and make the 2 curved lines for his hat. So as you can see, his hat is small. That's okay, that's supposed to be that way. So now we're gonna make the 2 curved lines, and that's for the top of the hat. So you're gonna come down about the middle of this line, and you are gonna make a large curved line and bring it down between the 2 lines. Just that. And then you're gonna make another curved line this way. Look at Goofy's hat. And we have one last thing, and that's that ribbon. He needs a little black ribbon. So it's just a diagonal line that starts up here and then ends, it gets wide, it's from wide to narrow. So it's from wide to thin. So it's a diagonal line, and this side is tall and this side is short. So it just comes down, and then you just fill it in. It's a black ribbon or black stripe. And that is Goofy's iconic hat. The rest of the time now, what you can do is you can erase your guidelines that are on the outside, and then start shading in all the parts of Goofy that are black. So for that, I'm going to use a hyperlapse. Guys, I forgot one last minute little details, but it's gonna actually make it seem like he is smiling a little bit more. So from right here on this corner, you're gonna curve this line out like this, like as if it's going into the circle. So you're gonna curve it in. So you're going to curve it out, actually, it's outward. So you're going to curve it out, and then you're going to add another curved line, and that's his smile. And then from this corner, you are going to curve it out and add a curved line, and that's his other side of his smile. Okay guys, and then at the end, just go ahead and erase any guidelines that you may have made, and boom, you got yourself a beautiful Goofy. And that's how you make Goofy's face, or this version of Goofy, because again, just like Mickey Mouse, there has been evolutions of Goofy. So this is this version. You just go ahead and erase any little pencil marks that you may have smudged. I definitely smudged mine a lot, so, but still looks awesome. This is our practice, and then if you guys want to keep practicing drawing Goofy, you can do it again. Okay, so here you go. I'm gonna check your work. You guys probably did an amazing job, and I am super proud of all of you guys, because this is not easy. So I'm really proud of you guys for following directions. All right.